Senator Warnock.
Thank you so very much, Chair Smith. Public transportation, whether in Taylor County, Georgia, or New York City, connects people to their jobs, their schools, families, grocery stores, healthcare, and so much more. Georgia's 80 rural transit systems serve 95 counties out of our 159 counties and are a lifeline for many low-income and elderly residents, as well as veterans who live in rural areas. These transit operators, like the three of you testifying today, do their best to serve their communities and get people where they need to go. But limited service 5 days a week is not enough for many families in rural areas without a car or transportation options. This question is for all of you or any of you. Is the federal government providing enough funding for rural transit?
Well, I don't mean to keep going first, but I know the time clock's clicking. I don't believe there is enough federal investment if transit systems are willing and able to expand into those additional days of service. Most of us operate within the budgets that we have. We do just as much as we can with what we have, but usually it is drawn short with expanding in the smaller communities in particular for those additional days of service. Veterans, what I would like to say is we have a highly rural transportation grant geared specifically to counties in South Dakota that are highly rural. And we're able to provide transportation for those veterans without a cost to them. We're very happy with that, very proud of what we do, but we've been able to expand that into memorandums of agreement with 6 different agencies in Wyoming. So they are also able to help our veterans. But your original question, I think, was more the expansion to the Saturday, Sunday service. Bigger communities can probably do that in rural communities. Smaller communities are challenged just to find enough staff to operate Monday through Friday. And sometimes it's only 3 days a week or 2 days a week.
Let me shift, unless someone else wants to address that question. Let me shift to another topic. I know that there isn't just one type of cost when it comes to running a transit agency. There are capital costs like buses, operating costs like salary, fuel, planning costs. Are we providing right now the right mix of funding and making that funding accessible? And what would it mean for you to have more access to more operating funds, if that's what you think we need, especially if we lower the non-federal match?
Senator, I'll take that if that's all right. I think that flexibility in operating would be a game changer for rural transit systems. The 80-20 match, moving to an 80-20 match would be incredibly helpful. And I think that some of the things that we've done with our PIC transportation project here is utilizing funds to increase hours of service, back to your former question. And we've seen great adoption with that. But I think that flexibility in funding is incredibly important. I know that it used to be even an 85-15 match. And if we could see that, I think the ability to expand and invest and reinvigorate our systems and keep up with changing times and technologies and move forward into the green age, flexibility is going to be key to that.
Thank you so much. I thank you for your response. And rural areas deserve public transit as well. And while there are fewer people, there's often more ground to cover. And we've got to make sure that people are connected. As I often say, mobility, physical mobility is connected to social mobility, economic mobility. And so we've got to provide more funding, and we got to lower the barrier, which is why I support Chair Smith's and Ranking Member Round's investment in Rural Transits Act. And I hope we can borrow a page from that as we reauthorize service transportation programs. Thank you so much.